woke up to my alarm beeping, feeling only the dread of the hours to come. After the nightmare that was the ice cream incident yesterday, I never wanted to take another step out of my room. I curled up my blankets as my alarm went off. It was only the second day of school, and I felt the same as I did every morning at home. Mai, of course, was already up, and I could hear her hair straightener clap shut every few seconds across the room. I felt bad letting the alarm go off for so long, so I slid my hand out of the covers to switch it off.
Hana? Hana, get up, sleepyhead. I know you're awake.
I didn't even have time to poke my head out before Mai's body slammed at the edge of the mattress, bouncing me up. She jumped from almost halfway across the room.
Morning!
Ha! You can't hide from May!
Sorry. I was breathless, and I paused to calm my heart before speaking again.
Are you worried about what happened yesterday? No one cares about it, Hana. I almost forgot about it myself.
She must have seen my face. She brought an arm around my shoulders and pulled me closer to her.
For real, though, we're gonna go to class. No one's gonna even mention that you made a huge fool of yourself yesterday.
You could have put that better.
I'm kidding. It might have been a big scene, but it totally wasn't your fault. It was Paul, alright? When you jump, you have to calculate your When you jump, you have to calculate your trajectory. I can't say trajectory. Trajectory. Okay. When you jump, you have to calculate your trajectory, like I just did now.
You have to celebrate your trajectory.
Fuck it. He could learn a lot from a master like me. Get dressed and cheer up. I could bottle up your gloom and sell it to a wizard. And what if he used it for evil? You can't let that happen, Hana.
Her smile was wide enough to bridge a gap between continents. The beginnings of tears pricked the backs of my eyes. The literal backs of my eyes. But this time, they were for a completely different reason.
I never should have given you that science lesson.
I opened up my closet and tried to avoid looking at the sad lump of clothing inside, slathered with dried up ice cream. I only had 2 uniforms, which cost my dad an entire month's salary. If I wasn't able to get the state out of this uniform, what would I do? Sighing, I took my second uniform off its hanger and slipped it on as Maya was waiting for me patiently.
Ready to go?
I guess so.
Yeah!
Good.
Just as Maya said, no one paid any special attention to me. Well, there were a few odd looks here and there, but nothing nearly as bad as I was expecting. As the lecture went on, my anxiety, for the most part, faded. I took to staring out the window to avoid eye contact. A few boys were out in the field playing soccer. Wait, is that PBG? I scooted closer to get a better look. Hana? At the sound of my name, I leaped to attention. If there was something more interesting outside than samurai death battles, please feel free to enlighten us. You came here to learn, not contemplate the scenery. Yes, Miss Shizuka, I'm sorry. She turned back to the chalkboard and continued her lecture as if nothing had happened. A few desks in front of me, a guy sitting next to Brutal Moose turned around and gave me a flashy thumbs up. I made a face at him. And I'm just imagining her sticking her tongue out at him.
Yeah, I would, totally.
I made a face at him, unsure of what exactly he expected me to do. Then Ian turned around and socked him in the head. The other guy mumbled something to him, probably apologizing. Ian's eyes slid to me for a brief instant. Then he looked away. Were they looking at me because of what happened yesterday, or is there some other reason? I shook my head. There wasn't time for this. I had work to do if I wanted to keep my scholarship. After pages and pages of notes on Japanese history, it was nearly time for lunch. Sorry. Okay, everyone is almost free to go. The work isn't too hard tonight, so don't grumble. We should work together to complete it if you have a hard time. Also, as you may be aware, the Flower Festival is coming up in a week and a half. This news was met with a few cheers as everyone started to pack up. since you have the day of the festival off, our first exam will be the day before. There were no cheese this time. Romance is wonderful, believe me, I know. But try not to let the festival distract you, okay? That is all. See you tomorrow. Miss Shizuka flashed a peace sign and winked as she walked out the door. What a weird teacher.
Ugh, that lecture was so boring.
Maya walked beside me, a tray in her hands. We were shuffling through the cafeteria trying to find a seat. Didn't you say that yesterday?
Probably. But it's true for today, too. Hana, help me. I'm going to die of boredom.
We have an assignment to keep us busy, Mai.
What?
We already have work to do?
How did you not hear that?
Ah.
Mai sighed dramatically, then leaned to the side to rest her head in the crook of my neck. I reached up to pat her head a few times, but she straightened up before I could do it.
Oh god, Hana. Paul's walking over here. He's looking at you. Does he look angry to you? Why is he coming over here? Do you think he's going to kick you again?
The same Paul who had humiliated me last night strode towards me. I instinctively backed away, but he kept coming closer.
Hey.
I'm glad I found you.
He didn't look angry. In fact, he was giving me an odd, lopsided smile.
I wanted to make sure you weren't hurt or anything. You ran off before I could properly apologize.
I looked at my own feet. It was embarrassing enough that I ran off crying like a little girl, but now that I made him... But to know that I made him feel bad was even worse. At the same time, the image of my ruined uniform popped into my mind. I couldn't tell whether I was more angry or embarrassed, or whether I was feeling something else entirely.
I got you pretty bad, didn't I? I think I ballerinaed too hard.
He tilted his head to the side.
It's a shame you're not using the uniform from yesterday. I liked the pink splotches on you. It matched your hair.
A deep, sick feeling crawled from my stomach into my throat. My dumb, stupid hair. Everywhere I went, people made fun of it. I thought the normal Goots buys.
The normal Goots buys.
But what did they buy? I thought the normal Boots guys were different. And he was trying to apologize. How could he say something like that to me? Not for the first time. I thought of dyeing it a different color, but quickly dismissed it. Paul was waiting for a response. I was giving me a nod as if warning me not to mess this up. I mustered up my best smile, hoping it was at least somewhat convincing. It's okay. I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, I'm more than happy to pay for the dry cleaning. Josh, Nick, and I feel really bad about everything. We've never made a girl cry before. Well, not by physically injuring her, I guess.
Thank you, but I was just gonna scrub it in the sink. Dad and I can never afford things like dry cleaners, so I was surprisingly good at hand washing things.
That thing's gonna need more than just hot water and soap, trust me. Tell you what, I have a friend who's a natural with that kind of stuff. I'll ask her to get the stain out for you. Just meet me later and bring your uniform, okay? I'll try not to kick you this time.
Oh, I'm so glad how you decided to take somebody's voice.
Why?
You'll see.
Okay.
Without giving me time to say yes or no, he nodded and turned to leave. He spun quickly back around. I flinched.
Are you and, Mai, right? You guys have a table? Cafeteria's pretty full now. You can sit with us if you want, just for today. Yes! Yes, we'll go. Right, Hana?
Lunch? With the Norwoods Club? Maybe I really could become friends with them. And no one would bother me again. Not about my hair or the ice cream incident, right?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Alright, follow me, ladies.
He led us to the middle of the cafeteria where the Norwoods Club sat at a table all by itself.
Hey, you found her. You're Hana, right?
I nodded, blushing as I took the seat on the edge of the table next to Paul. Mai forced herself between Jared and PBG. Her eyes were only a few sparkles away from forming huge hearts. Real subtle.
So Hana, we saw that you were upset and we were all worried. Are you feeling better?
PBG looked at me, clearly concerned. My heart was beating hard against my chest, but I wasn't sure whether it was because I was nervous or because the sad look on his face made me want to give him a hug. Or maybe it was because I was about 2 inches away from Paul, and only an arm's length away from all the other guys. As I tried valiantly to open my mouth, whispers spread around the lunchroom.
Look at those girls over there. Who do they think they are?
How come they get to go there?
I wish Senpai would notice me.
I mean, characters get all the luck. Told you this game was great. Suddenly, my thoughts turned dark. Could it be that by getting close to these guys, I was setting myself up as a target instead of getting protection? My thoughts spun around in my head. I was suffocating. PBG was still looking at me, even more worried than before. I'm fine. Thanks for your concern. Please, don't feel bad. It was my fault for getting in the way. Sorry for causing such a scene. I should have controlled myself better. I hung my head. I wasn't sure how to act around these guys, so I defaulted to extremely polite. My father would have been proud.
Hana.
Hey Hana, don't apologize. It was Paul's fault, right, Polly? Nick shoved Paul, who looked exasperated.
I apologized as best I could, Nick. Give me a break.
It was a relief that PBG wasn't staring at me anymore. Almost no one was paying me or my any special attention. Shane, however, was still shooting me quick, suspicious glances. It was almost like he didn't want me there, and I felt uncomfortable.
Hey, Hana.
Hey, how do you like it so far, Hana? Good. How about you? I mean, I like it here. Thank you. Gerard smiled at me, then turned away. I picked up my food. These guys were all wrapped in their own conversations, and I was busy preventing hyperventilation from being so close to Jared.
I can feel his body heat.
Oh dear.
Hey.
You doing alright, Hana? A smiling Sag turned to me. I know it can be overwhelming. You're fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. Thank you. Thanks for recommending that book, by the way. It's been really good. Do you like it? That's great. I figured you would. Yeah, it's really funny, but the narrator's annoying.
Hey!
Yeah, he is a bit rude.
Hey!
He pushed up his glasses, then grinned at me.
I couldn't resist, I'm sorry.
Okay. Alright.
You were pretty quiet, but I knew there was more to you. I winced. Sorry, I can be a bit of a wallflower. No need to apologize. I'm sure we've all been wallflowers before. But that reminds me, the Flower Festival. He turned to the group, addressing them all, and as if on cue, the elves suddenly turned in to pay him attention. Who are you all taking this year? Right, the Flower Festival. Miss Shizuka mentioned it before. What is the Flower Festival? No one's explained it to me yet.
Well...
It's basically just a festival. Didn't you have those at your old school? We did have festivals at my old school, but they were basically just 40 kids grouped into one room sharing snacks they brought from home. Well, we had something kind of like them, but I stopped going.
Really?
Aw, why not? They're so fun.
I didn't really want to answer. There was no way I could say, well, my friends turned on me, so when I went, people pretend I didn't exist. But I was waiting for an answer, and everyone else was looking at me. I'm just... not that into that stuff. Not into that stuff, I guess.
Oh, well maybe you'll like this one more. The Flower Festival happens all over Japan around this time of year, but it's a big deal in Higanbana. That's the town right next to Asagao. There's apparently some kind of myth about flowers that's somewhat important.
Supposedly, the flounder. I keep on wanting to say flounder. Supposedly, the founder of Higanbana was an old man who got lost in the mountains and almost died of thirst. The flower spirit came down to him and offered to help him in return for his vow to protect her home. He agreed, and she drained herself of all the water so he could drink. The man founded Higanbana to watch over the meadow in which he met the flower.
In some versions of the myth, the man and the flower spirit fell in love. It's a truly romantic festival. One may hope to find someone with which to make a vow of eternal love, just as the man in spirit did, and to live on to protect the one they love.
Jaren winked, and Mai swooned.
So during the day of the flower festival, there's a lot of stalls set up, and you can go play games and eat food or go flower viewing. Then at night, there's a special meadow over by the temple where you can go watch the flowers. There's a bonfire and dancing. It's a lot of fun. We look forward to it every year. Asagao sells paper flowers in a little booth to raise money for the school, too. So there's usually a big volunteer drive beforehand for people who are good at origami.
Origami? I'm good at origami.
Really?
Really? Shane is too. Maybe you should work together.
Shane gave a tight-lipped smile. Somehow, I didn't think that would be happening.
Hey.
Hey, speaking of, I swear you rejected 10 schools for last festival season. I mean, that's nothing compared to me, naturally, but there were so many girls with broken hearts. Even I couldn't mend them all. You still hung up on your English girlfriend?
What?
Shane flinched, visibly taken aback. Then he shrugged.
British, right?
Yeah.
I don't talk to her anymore. Oh, Shane, I just want you to be happy, that's all.
He wiped his fake tear from his face. Shane grimaced. How great would it be if somebody asked me? Maybe even if one of the Norwood guys did? No, I doubt that would ever happen. They're only letting me sit there because they physically assaulted me. I sighed and cut my beefcake with the plastic knife. I read that as briefcase, almost in my head.
Briefcase. So, any girls in mind, fellas?
Beside me, Mai shifted nervously. Her eyes kept flicking from Jared to her french fries, so she looked like a child who stole several cookies. Jared spread out his arms and raised an eyebrow. A god waiting for names to fall into his lap.
I'm thinking of going solo this year, to be honest. Yeah.
Same.
Man, you guys are boring. You aren't much better, man. I am on another level compared to you guys. I've already got my choice picked out.
There was a quiet clattering next to me. Maya dropped her fork.
Yeah, I'm sure you have, and it'll probably be a new choice tomorrow.
Jared flipped his hair with his hand.
You know me so well. There's only so much time to make many different girls' dreams come true. I must find the one who is most in need. So it's not even about which one you like, huh? Nope! And you make fun of me.
Just then, the warning bell rang, and it was time to head back to class. Everyone got up and tossed their trays. I stood up and, overwhelmed with a sudden burst of feeling, shouted, Thank you for letting me end my lunch with you today. I really appreciated it.
Yeah, thanks. Hana was having a terrible day, and you guys cheered her right up. So, see you guys again tomorrow, same time?
Mai tilted her head, eyes twinkling. Mai, Paul said we can only sit with him today.
Ah, it's cool.
Paul waved his hand in dismissal, almost dropping the tray with the other.
The cafeteria is really crowded, and we have extra room at our table.
Yeah, people are afraid to sit with us or something.
Well, we did kick a girl yesterday.
All three of them shrugged at the same time, then left the room, moving in unison, like a team of synchronized swimmers.
So it's free, the anime.
Yeah, basically. Jared dumped his tray and jogged to catch up with them. As soon as they were out of earshot, Mai took my hands in hers and jumped up and down.
You did it, Hana! We get to sit at the popular table! I've been trying to do this for 2 years and you did it in 2 days!
She dropped her hands and made a jokingly, I think, angry face.
Main characters have all the fun.